What's poppin', guys?
Hey everybody!
It's your boy Leona.
And your girl Belle.
And guys, we coming tonight to bring a conclusion to the Salt and Light series. This is the 4th episode out of the entire series. So This is like the end of an amazing series, in my opinion, because that's it's amazing. It's amazing. I love influencing. I love Salt and Light, and this is an amazing end. So let's stay tuned, guys.
Yes, stay tuned right here at Dunamis Youth Life, where we talk about matters that matter. Okay guys, so we've been talking a lot about Salt and Light, but more specifically influencers.
Yep.
You know, what it is, what it means to be an influencer. And I think over the past 4 episodes, we've probably discussed, what it is, how important it is to be an influencer. But right now I want to talk about the actions that we need to start taking.
Yeah.
Like everybody says, actions speak louder than words. So I'm challenging you guys, let's start stepping into it now. Let's start taking action to influence people, be influencers, and really actually start making a change.
Yeah, definitely. And from my point of, from my part, my life right now, I've decided to actually go out and make changes in my life.
Yeah.
First of all, we started the TikTok. We started the Dunamis Youth Life TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow
so go down, follow us on TikTok, guys, because that's just the type of change that I want to make on social media. I want to add some positivity to this world of negativity. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's one big change we started. Now I tried, and I'm trying my hardest to push out all the negative influences out of my life on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the negative guys. I'm trying to push aside, because we're trying to build ourselves up in a positive way.
Yeah.
And then with my family and my friends and stuff, I'm going through that place right now where I need to start being way more positive, you know?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone's going to come at you with a negative voice or negative, they're going to shout at you or have a fight with you for you're not making up your bed or something, But I'm trying to change in that way, that I'm trying to rebuttal into a positive side, I want to be more positive. I want to be more happy. I want to bring joy into the world.
Yes.
That's my actions that I'm taking to actually go out and be different, Go out and be a proper influencer, because now I'm going to go out and add this positivity and influence the people on TikTok, influence the people on Instagram, as well as YouTube on this platform.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. That's the action that we are taking.
Yes.
Which is, it's easy.
And
It's so
I love
easy.
that. Yeah, I love that you're taking so many actions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like today, especially the youth, forget how powerful their actions actually are.
Sure.
We can literally post something and influence someone halfway across the world.
Yes.
And vice versa. Someone can post something in Canada and we can see it and feel touched by
Exactly.
it. So never forget that, how important your voice is in social media, in influencing, and that power of action, of sending that post or, saying something to someone.
Yeah.
Is really, really important. And I just think that I needed to take more actions, and so I took the initiative to go out and interview this amazing lady. Her name is Sharon Bester, and she influences people. She's an influencer, and it was incredible to just watch her, listen to her story, why she got into this, and just be so incredibly touched afterwards. And I'm so happy that I did it. But that's for you guys to watch, so here it is. Hey everybody, so I'm here with Sharon Bester.
Hi everyone!
We're very excited. She's influenced a lot of people in her lifetime, but I'm going to let her talk about that. So, on to Sharon. Tell me, what is this profession that you're doing right now? What do you do?
Okay, so before I started this year, I was in corporate for 20 years.
Okay.
In the cellular industry, Vodacom, Celsi. So I was in corporate, and then this year I really just decided to pursue my ultimate passion, which is really people. So I'm a certified life coach and an NLP practitioner. So in short, it's really to help people to to find out how do they think, whether it's good, whether it's bad, and how does it influence their life, and if it's negative, how to change their lives. And so to really for people to come to their full potential,
yes,
and to
really
be the best version of themselves and who they are.
Yes.
So soul searching and really understanding who they are.
That's incredible. I can't imagine how great that must be for you to watch people grow and become their best versions of themselves. Okay, what made you do this? What happened in your lifetime that was listen, I really want to help people get to this point in their lives?
So growing up, I wouldn't say I had the best childhood, so I had a lot of restrictions, limitations, and not always the nicest things in my past. At the age of 16, I got saved. So that was really a key turning point in my life, and God really touched my heart. And as extreme as I was before I got saved and in the world, I became that extreme in God's kingdom. Okay. So I think that passion really came from there to say that if I could change, because a lot of change happened in my life. And if I look at the past that I had, I was disqualified from the now that I have. But in God, everything is really possible. So from that young age, I became a shepherd leading youth at a very young age. At the age of 18, I was a leader and leading others. So that passion inside of me to help and transform people really came from a young age. And it's now 25 years later. And just at a place where I said, I had to walk my corporate journey. I learned a lot, but I had the opportunity and the privilege this year to say, let me pursue my full-time passion, which is people. And so I got out of corporate, and I'm doing this full-time now. I've got a few side hustles. I'm also an entrepreneur because I need to generate cash flow. So God really just opened a lot of doors this year.
Yes, sure. I can, from what I know about you, I can definitely tell that you're an extremist as well. You're either all in or you're not at all.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
This is all in.
Definitely all in.
Okay.
All in.
That's great. So what do you think drives you to keep doing this every day, even though you hit some bumps on the road, some difficulties? What drives you to go forward?
So I think if I have to say two words, is really, first of all, passion. And second of all, purpose. And if you wake up every morning and you know your passions and you know your purpose, the bumps is just bumps. It's exactly that.
And you'll get over it.
And you'll get over it, because there's a bigger purpose. And, it's my purpose in God. So this wasn't a Sharon thought out idea. It's in alignment with what God has for my life, and I believe that, the word that I hold on to, that God has said to me that He will use me to detangle people from their past and elevate them into their future. So that's my one-liner.
That's
and
amazing.
Every morning I wake up and my why is that. So even in that is to encourage young people to find your why. Because sometimes people go into autopilot and they don't know their why anymore. And that's when passion and purpose is missing. So I would definitely say that.
Okay. Wow, that's incredible. That must be so incredible to do this every single day. And thank you, for everyone out there that's just struggling with things and needs counseling. Thank you to people like you, Sharon, that are stepping into your purpose and pursuing it and really helping people that need it.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, and it's an honor. And it's a privilege. And just super to be used as an instrument in God's hand and God's kingdom, to impact and influence people. So totally blessed. Thanks, Ravel.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. Well, there you have it, guys. If you really needed to hear that, if you are an influencer, this should be also, your purpose is what drives you, and you should know why you're doing it all the time to keep doing it.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you.
That was crazy, Anna.
It was so incredible.
She's so powerful.
Yeah.
It's crazy that she's actually taken her influencing ability and now she's using it as a profession.
Yeah.
She's going out and she actually is using this as a way to actually help people at mass levels.
Yes.
And help people intimately. She
Yeah.
can actually go out and actually help people and know she's making a difference.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was incredible, and it was so cool to see how humble she was about
Yeah.
it all. She was like, yeah, you know, I'm just changing people's lives, whatever. You know? But it was so good, and that's something I think a lot of influencers forget, to
Yeah,
remain
definitely.
humble in their changing, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing about Sharon is she's a woman. You
Yeah,
know?
yes.
And
As a woman,
the
I was
fact-
like, this is amazing.
Yes.
Sorry. This is amazing. Like, she encouraged me so much and made me believe, like, wow, I could also do this. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Anyone can do it.
anyone can
I
do
mean,
it.
at the end of the day, you must realize that 100 years ago, for Sharon to be where she is now, and that level of influence,
Yes.
it's impossible.
yeah.
Impossible.
Totally different.
And right now, she's doing it in a way that people are coming and saying, listen, I need your help. Right? And as she's an influencer, she needs the people that get influenced.
Yeah.
And once, when she was young, she also got influenced.
Yes.
And I went out and actually met with this lady, Desiree Smith.
Yes.
Powerful lady as well. And she actually came from a very, very dark place.
Okay.
Now she is just going to share everything on how she actually came out of it. And I just think it's so amazing that she can do that, you know?
Yes.
And just how Sharon was
Yeah,
there
yes.
as an influencer. Desiree had that type of people.
Person
you know?
to influence her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about it. I want you guys to check it out. Here's the interview, guys.
How's it, guys? So we're here today with Desiree, and based on the Salt and the Light, we're just going to really speak to her and just understand that she also comes from a place where she had someone that helped her, an influence that helped her out of a dark place into a light place. So this is Desiree.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
So Des, just tell us a little bit about your past. What do you, like, where do you come from?
Where do I come from?
Yes.
That's a good question, because sometimes I don't even know. Because, you know, I'm just joking. So, like, from a young age, I lost both my parents, and it caused a lot of rejection in my life and stuff. So I would be the type of person that would always, you know, try and seek acceptance and things, you know, because there was like a big longing to belong somewhere or something, or, you know. So in school, I would be the girl that tried to always be the most popular person. In sports, I had to like always aim for the highest, be the best, you know. Like really, I was just trying to be the best in everything, because there's such a longing to belong somewhere. And it was just like after school, I got involved with things that were like hectic and stuff, because I was just so lost and so confused and felt, I haven't got a purpose, you know. I've got no one that loves me. I'm rejected, you know, feeling sorry for myself and stuff. And then I would find myself in situations and places where it was not so healthy and not so good, having bad influences in my life, and it was not so great. So that is more or less a little bit of my past and where I come from.
So you would be able to actually say that you came from like a negative place, like you were in a place where you were doing all the stuff that's wrong, all the stuff that you did, like the type of things that were good for your friends.
Yes,
like
for acceptance. So I'd be the person who would be like, you could dare me to do anything, I'd do it, because it gave me, like, you know, no matter what it was. I even remember one day everybody was jumping off a cliff in the ocean, and I was like, I can also do it. And then I did it, and I broke my coccyx.
Sure.
So I do stupid things just so that I could be accepted, even if it feared me. Like, even if I was scared to do something, I'd be like, okay, let me do it, just because it gave me that, you know, belonging somewhere.
And then tell me, from that place of darkness and from that place where you were doing all these things and looking for that belonging from the outside world, was there someone there that could actually like helped you and found you belonging in the right places?
There was a friend of mine that we actually have been friends for a very long time, over 10 years. So she invited me to a youth group, and I was just overwhelmed by the people around the youth group and that, and the love that they had and the way they treated each other. I was just like, wow, this is where I belong. And it took a while to get into it and that, you know. I would still go on with my old life, but then also, but eventually, you know, I saw things in people that I really wanted also, you know, their lifestyles and the way that they lived and that, and I had a hunger for these type of things. So I got invited to go to church, and then my life just got touched and changed so much. And then I had a mentor in my life that was a very big role in my life, that played a big role in my life, that changed a lot of things in my life. So this person I really looked up to, and, you know, everything that she used to say or do, you know, it would be like, wow, I want to be like this person. So I remember from the youth life, you guys also spoke about 5 people that you hang around with.
Yeah.
So that's really the truth, because the most 5 people are going to be the people that are like going to influence you. So that time I had 5 people that I was busy following, and, you know, I just took from their lives because of the way they lived and the way they, were so blessed and stuff. I was just like, that's what I want, and that's what I'm going after. So yeah.
So was it easy for you to actually like make that change? And how did you actually like decide, okay, listen, I need to do this, and I need to actually humble myself and say, I need help? How did you make that? What was that moment in your life that you made that change?
Yeah, look, the process was quite long, but can I tell you, the day that I made the decision, it was, I'm changing, because this is what I want, this is where I belong. So immediately I pursued it with everything in me. And over the years, you know, I had to deal with a whole bunch of things from my past, because, you know, I do believe God takes you through a process. Every day is a process to where you need to go. But I made that decision straight away. It was amazing, and I've never looked back.
So did you just like message her? Did you be like, yo, I need your help right now? Or was it something that you had to be like, hey, I'm kind of, did you like to throw it under the carpet?
So there's one thing that I've learned big time is accountability.
Yeah.
So every time I would go through dips and stuff, you know, I had to be accountable for my actions and stuff. And in that, I would have to speak to my mentors and, you know, tell them, listen, it's not going well with me, and getting involved in this and this and this, and then they would say, okay, Des, this is what you need to do, come back, this is where you're going, don't forget who you are, this is your purpose. So that just helped me get back to...
So you spoke about it.
I just spoke about it.
And you're like, okay guys, I need help, I need change, I need to do something different in my life.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you did, you spoke.
Yes.
See, that's the most amazing thing about it, because at the end of the day, it's a decision we need to make.
Yes.
And just like Desiree, she made that decision, and now we need to go out and make the decisions ourselves. Thank you so much, Des, for your wisdom.
You're very welcome.
And I hope you have an amazing day and super blessed. And thank you, guys.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so good.
That
so
is
good.
amazing.
So powerful, yes.
Really, it's incredible to see how someone can be pulled right out of the darkness into light, you know. And it obviously it started with that step, you know, of saying, listen, I need a little bit of help. I'm in a really bad place right now, and allowing yourself to be influenced. Yeah. That's what it was. And I think for a lot of viewers watching, some of us don't know how to really get there, and I would say probably the first thing is to acknowledge that you need the help.
Yeah.
Sit yourself down and be like, okay, listen, things aren't working out right now, and I need to ask someone for help. And then secondly, be open to influence and instruction. Allow yourself to listen to someone and actually take their advice. For some of us that are proud, it's not that easy to say, okay, I'm going to listen to you and give it a shot. And then the last thing I would say is be open for change.
Yes.
Be open for change. It doesn't make any sense to hear all this good advice and then not take any of it. You have to be willing to change for it.
The thing is, the ball is in your court.
Yeah.
So you need to go and make the decision and say, listen, I'm in a sticky situation. I'm in a place where I cannot get out by myself. Just as Desiree had a whole lot of negative influence on her.
Yeah.
She made the decision to actually rub shoulders with the right people.
Yeah.
She changed those 5 people that was surrounding her to people of positive nature.
Yes.
And that's how she came out of it. So it's our decision. no one can change us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no one can change us. Only you can make that decision to change yourself. You need to accept change.
Yeah.
There's no way you will be able to move forward and get out of any situation. If you go ahead and you're struggling right now, if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, if you're struggling with addiction or anything like that, it's your decision to actually say, no, I'm tired of this. I'm done with this. I want to go now and I want to change my life.
Yeah.
You need to make that decision by connecting yourself with people that's positive influences. The key word is positive influences. Because there's so many negative influences out there. But then again, there's so many more positive influences. So go out and look for them. Go out, even if it's your parents, if it's your teachers or leaders. Go out and find those people because it's your decision. You are in control of your life. So you need to listen. I need to accept. Leona, you need to accept now that you need change. You need to go just like that, rebel, I need help.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Just like that.
And at the end of the day, you need to understand that it's not weak, it's not pathetic, it's not anything like that.
Yeah.
It is the most powerful, strong, bold thing you can do to accept help.
Yeah, 100%. I think it takes so much strength to sit yourself down and be like, you know what, I need to ask for help.
Exactly.
Right now. Yeah.
Because you need to understand, for us to be leaders, if you want to become a leader one day, if you want to become an influencer one day, if you want to go out and become something, you need to rub shoulders with that person. You first need to be led before you can become a leader.
Yes.
Just like this, she first needed to be influenced to become an influencer.
Yeah, and
that's
now
how
she's
it works.
influencing so many
And now she's in that
people.
place where she's an influencer.
Yeah.
She's rubbing shoulders with the right people. She made the decision to change her life. And that's the decision that you need to make. Because you're not going to change without your choice. No one can come in and say, listen, Rebel, you need to change right now.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. And even if the people do say that, you need to accept them and say, listen, yeah, you're right, I do need to change.
And you know what? I think it's sometimes a bit easier to change if you really know that that's your purpose.
Yes.
If you're stepping into something that you know God handmade for you.
Exactly.
Like Sharon was saying, what drives her was her passion and her purpose.
Yes.
And I think that is incredible. I think that's what should really drive most of us. Because once we know that purpose, it's very hard to step away from it and say, no thanks, this isn't for me, because you know deep down that is exactly what it's for.
And on purpose, I'm just going to read the scripture. It's Matthew 28, verse 19 to 20. And it reads as follows. Go therefore and make disciples of the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe everything that I have commanded you, and know I am with you always, even to the end of the age. So now you need to understand that this purpose is for each and every one of us. Rebel, myself, and every single person watching. It's a purpose that Jesus himself has given you. He's saying, listen, before you were even born, you are a leader. So you need to step into that purpose and be like, listen, I want to become an influencer. I want to become that leader. I want to become the person that can go out and live a joyful, positive life, because that's what it means. That's what it entitles. You going out and you saying, listen, I'm happy with life. I'm looking at this glass half full. I'm going to go and jump in that puddle in that rain because I'm joyful. I'm full of happiness. I'm full of positivity. And that's the influence that's going to influence the world. Because there's so much negativity in today's society that we need more positivity. We need you to go out and be a leader. Youth life is about changing the youth. It's about growing together as a youth, guys. And we need to go out and become the change that we want to see in the world. We need to become the happiness and the joy and the positivity we want to see. There's no way that we can say, okay, I want to see this positivity, I want to see this, but you
not
don't
do
change.
anything.
That's insane. You go and make that decision to say, listen, I'm going to become an influencer. I'm going to use every platform that's available to me and become an influencer. Be more happy, be more positive. Because each and every one of us is an influencer in our own ways.
Yeah, exactly. And I think sometimes if you're saying, be influenced by someone, rub shoulders with the right person, it doesn't necessarily mean be like that person. It just means allow yourself to let them bring out the best of you. So yeah, I feel like I just want to bring out that point of stay true to who you are, embrace your individuality. Like, God gave you specific qualities that He knew that this world needed. So don't throw that away and completely take on someone else's identity, because that's not what we want. We want you to be who you are, and then just be that best version of yourself.
Yes.
On that note, I want to share a scripture. It is Romans 12. Verse 6 to 8, and it says, "In His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly."
Yeah, no. You know, I've listened to that scripture multiple times now.
I know.
And every single time it puts a smile on my face.
Every time, it is
because
amazing.
it just shows every single person is different.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't be an influencer. It means that you're going to influence a different type of person.
Yes.
I'm in that place where I'm very rough, I'm hard, right? I go and say, hey, tie your shoe now. Rebel's the type of person that goes soft. Listen, your shoes aren't tied. So we're going to approach different people and be able to influence different people because we're different types of people. Doesn't mean that I'm any better than her or she's any better than me. It's the thing that we're different. Therefore, we must use our gifts. My stern and her love.
Exactly.
We must use that in our ways.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what the scripture is saying. If you were gifted with something special, use that to the best of the ability that you have because you are needed for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, we spoke a lot now.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's just hop on to Q&A real quick.
Alrighty, so we have a couple people watching tonight. You can check it out. There's a lot of people out here. Hey Heaven, I see you. What's up, Pastor Lambert? I see you. I just want to say what's up to Louis. Louis is watching.
Hi, Louis.
Michelle Ramsamy is watching.
Hey, Mr. Ramsamy.
Vother is watching. He
How about
said,
that?
well done. Desiree is on. Oh,
Hey, Desi.
yes. We just, the interview.
That's you.
Natasha Chetty is watching. Okay, we got a lot of watchers.
Yes.
Now for the questions. Our first question is from Heaven, and she's asking, how important is it to have good influences around you? What changes in you?
You see, if I can put it in blunt words, it's the most important thing. Okay? Because whoever you rubbing shoulders with, that's the people that you're going to become like.
Yeah.
If you're rubbing shoulders with negative people, you're going to become negative. If you're rubbing shoulders with successful people, you're going to become successful.
Yes.
So that's just how it is. That's the most important thing, to have those influences that's doing the right things.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're watching YouTube every single day and watching these negative things where people are swearing and they're doing all these things that's horrible. And then you're going to become a nice person.
It's going to touch you anyway.
Yes, it's going to become your roots. It's going to be inside of you. So you need to go out and actually cover yourself with positive people.
Yes, I agree 100%. Our next one is from Natasha Chetty. She asks, who are some of your influences?
So
in my
life, my pastors are my big influences.
Mm-hmm.
And then above that, my parents, because God tells us to honor our parents, and they influence me with their positivity and their ways, and the way that they love and they give, and the way that they can give to people.
Yeah.
That's what influences me.
Yes.
And then above that, my friends, they influence me because that's the people I surround myself with.
Yeah.
Wherever you
Your
surround
social
yourself,
life.
all your friends, they are your influence as well. That's my influences too. That's why I'm into boxing and into YouTube and stuff, because that's the type of people I surround myself with.
Yes. I agree, and I would say for me, maybe, obviously God influences me, His word and His principles, and I always want to stick to them, and I always want to be good to people, love Him, love others, so that's definitely a big one. And then, of course, my parents influence me. They are complete pillars in my life, and they they are strong influences. And I would guess everyone else that I spend my time with, you influence me a lot. If you tell me, watch this new video, it's really cool, I think it's cool, I'll be like, okay, cool. And then that's an influence, Yeah. Okay, our next question is from Desiree. And she asks, how do you know that the right influences are the right ones?
So, you must understand that when you look at the world, if you look at it positively, if that people is doing what's right, not only to your conscience, but to like the Holy Spirit, and then that people are in the right place. If they're giving good to the world, if they're adding good into the world, and you're around the right people. But if they're adding bad things and negative things, and then you must understand that those are the type of people you need to avoid. All the stuff that's not right, and if they live for things that's not right, those aren't the good influences that you need to avoid. So yeah.
I feel like you can also feel it within yourself. If you're surrounding yourself with negative energy, you're going to feel yourself being negative all the time.
Yeah.
So then that's not the right influence in your life right now. Yeah. Okay, the next question is from Pastor Lambert. I feel like it's kind of the same. It says, there are so many people out there today saying many things. Many people of influence, it sounds all good. How do you know if they are really true or false? How do you know who you can follow?
So that's something that comes with time. You need to learn. You need to understand. It's something that you need to grow into.
Yes.
I've surrounded myself with people that I thought were good, and then they messed me around, or they ended up being very horrible people.
Yes.
So it's something that you need to learn.
Yeah.
It's something that you need to go through.
Yeah.
But then you must also look for the great positivity in the places where, if they're doing what's right according to the Word of God, and then they're doing what's right. Because that's the fact. That's the truth. So yes.
Alright guys, that's all the time we have for questions, but we will answer Sophia's question after this in the comment section.
Definitely.
And if you still do want to ask any questions and maybe you don't want to put it in the comments, maybe it's a little personal, please WhatsApp us. We have a WhatsApp number and we will reply to you and we'll try and make it as good as we can.
As accurate as possible. Because at the end of the day, we don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Rabal doesn't have all the answers. So we do have people that's way wiser than us, way more proper than us. They know the answers. So they'll be able to help you out with those things, guys. And we will also put in our 2 cents to actually give you the youth side of it as well. So thank you so much, guys. And then I just want to put a little recap on all of this. This entire series. This is the end of the series. Guys, take action. Please, take action. Ask for help and surround yourself by good people. Surround yourself by good influences. Surround yourself with the people that you want to be like. You need to become the salt and the light of this earth. You need to become the true influences that we need. You need to become the people and the positive energy that this world dire needs. We need it a lot, guys. So we're asking you to take that action. And that challenge that was released last week, that's still on. I want you to go out and become an influence. Go do it. Share our testimony. Share your testimony with us. If you want to share it on the WhatsApp, if you want us to share it on our groups and our social media and stuff, we will do that. Because we're here to grow as a youth. We're here to grow as a unit. So that's what we're here for. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys, for an incredible episode. We won't have a live stream next weekend, but there will definitely be a little something that we'll throw out there. Please subscribe, turn on your notifications. You don't want to miss it.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheerio.